Hey yogis, welcome to an all levels slow flow class. I'm Katie, I'll be your teacher today. Today we're going to need one or two blocks for class, and whenever you're ready you can come on down to your mat, take a seat, nice easy cross-legged position, and feel free to close your eyes as we get centered here. Let's take a big breath in, slowly lift the arms all the way up over the head. Reaching up with the fingertips, bringing the hands together and taking a big exhale and drawing the hands down to the heart center. Take another 3 deep breaths in here, moving your awareness up from where your body meets the floor, breathing in, moving your awareness all the way up the spine to the crown of the head, and then exhale, letting it go. Taking 2 more breaths just like that. Inhaling up from the base of the spine. And exhaling once your awareness comes to the crown of the head. 1 more deep inhale. And full exhale. Allow your mind to become calm and clear. You may take this time to set an intention for your practice. And after your intention has been set, you can take your time, lower your hands all the way down to the knees and begin to make some small shoulder circles, drawing them forwards. And then moving the shoulders backwards, pulling the heart just slightly forward as we roll the shoulder blades together. Good. Take a pause, bring the shoulders to stillness. Take a big inhale, expand your right hand down next to you, placing the hand down on the mat, and take another big inhale, draw the left arm up and over the head for a seated lateral stretch. Maybe you lift your gaze up, maybe you keep your eyes closed, whatever feels right. Breathe into the left side of the body. One last breath here. Take an inhale and an exhale. And inhale, come all the way back up. Left hand plants down. Inhale, right arm up and over. Full deep inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, come up, extending the spine, lengthening up through the crown of the head, relaxing the shoulders down. And with your next exhale, you can drop the right ear down towards the right shoulder, allowing the head to hang, not forcing the ear down. And breathe into the left side of the neck. If you're looking for a more intense stretch on the left side of the neck, you can pull the left shoulder down and pull that left elbow down. Very good. Take an inhale, slowly and gently lift the head back up through the center, and exhale, left ear towards the left shoulder. Mindful breaths here as the right side stretches out. Breathing in, the head floats back up. Taking an exhale, dipping the chin down towards the chest, letting the back of the neck open up. Option to take the hands on the back of the head here and interlace the fingers, gently pulling the head down. And inhale, head comes all the way back up through center. Take an exhale, bring the right hand behind you. Left hand comes on the right knee, twist and look behind. Take an inhale, move back through center, and take an exhale. Reverse your twist to the opposite side. Inhale to come forward. Take the legs out to the side. Come down to tabletop position. Hands and knees, and begin to find your cat and your cow. Breathing in, pulling the heart forward, dropping the belly. Exhale to push the ground away and curl the spine. Move with your own breath. Moving really slowly at first, like your body's going through slow motion. Lengthening the inhales and the exhales. And with your next breath in, you can begin to return your pace and your breath to a more normal pace. Take 2 more rounds of your cat and your cow, getting the spine nice and warm. Take a big breath in, bring your back to a neutral place, and exhale, walk your hands back to your knees. Sink the hips down to a kneeling position. Breathe in, arms lift up, and breathe out. Draw the hands down to heart center. Slight tuck of the chin, activating all the bandhas here. And with your next breath out, drop your hands down to the lap. Bring them behind the body. You can also take your hands to blocks behind your body here to kind of lift the floor up to meet you where you're at. But take an inhale, lift your chest up, roll the shoulder blades together. You can move your gaze up to the ceiling if that feels okay. And feel the whole front of the body expand. Nice. Exhale, come back up to kneeling. Legs swing back out to the side. Bring them around in front of you. Take a few moments and point and flex the toes with the legs extended in front. Maybe you draw some circles with your toes, rolling the ankles clockwise and counterclockwise. And take a pause. Lift the toes up towards the ceiling. Take a big breath in. Lift your arms up, lengthening your spine. And take a big exhale. Begin to hinge forward, finding forward fold. Maybe you grab onto your toes, your calves, or your ankles. And pull the body forward. Take a few moments here with this asana. Not forcing yourself down, but allow your body to become more loose the longer we sit with this pose. And as the muscles become more loose and more open, you can take further breaths out and pull your torso down. Maintaining a soft bend in your knees. And inhaling, rolling all the way back up. Plant the hands behind you. And then exhale, plant your feet. And then take a breath in, plant your feet and your hands down. Lift the hips all the way up, scooping them up to reverse your tabletop. And with your exhale, your hips can lower down. Extend your right leg out. Take your left foot, bring it across the right thigh. Flex that left foot here. And we're going to begin to bend the right knee and plant the foot down. This might be plenty. If you're feeling a lot of resistance in your left hip, then you can scoot your right foot further away from you and soften the bend in the knee. If you want more here, you can take an inhale and lift your hips up, holding this hip opener in reverse tabletop. Take an exhale to bring it back down. And inhale, expand the left leg out. Exhale, right foot across the left thigh. Taking that left foot in, whatever degree is comfortable for you. And maybe taking an inhale and scooping the hips up. Lifting the chest, rolling the shoulder blades together. Breathing here. And exhaling, coming all the way down. Inhaling, letting both legs come out. Flexing the feet. And passing through one boat pose. Bend the knees, plant your feet. Begin to hinge your hips back and lift the legs. Good, we're still warming up. So we won't hold boat for too long. Take an exhale, bring the feet back down. Legs come off to the side, coming back to hands and knees. And let's walk the hands all the way forward and prepare to sink the chest down with the exhale. Lowering down into puppy pose. Feel your exhales draw your chest a little bit closer to your mat. Inhale, lift the head up, scoop the hands all the way back underneath the shoulders. And then take an exhale, bend the elbows, lower yourself all the way down to your belly. Take the hands, clasping them behind the back. And take an inhale, lift your head and your chest up. If you like, you can point your toes and lift up your legs for bound locust, or feel free to keep the legs on the ground. And exhale, come down to your belly and release your clasp. We're going to extend the right arm out to the side. Bring the right cheek down to your mat. The left hand's going to plant down next to the chest. And with your next exhale, begin to roll over towards your right shoulder. If you meet some resistance, take a pause and let your body loosen up. And exhale back down to your belly and expand your left arm out to the side. You've got the space, go ahead and extend that left arm all the way out into a T. And take an exhale, begin to roll towards the left shoulder. And inhale, come back through center. Coming back to your belly, hands come next to your ribs, and inhale. Use your core to lift up for a baby Cobra pose. Exhale, come back down to your mats. Toes tuck underneath. Take an inhale, press up either to hands and knees or to plank pose. Lifting all the way up. And pausing here. Activating the shoulders, keeping the hands nice and spread open through all fingers. And exhale, roll the hips back, pressing them towards the back of the room, finding downward facing dog. You can keep a bend in your knees here. Roll your hips forward. When you're ready, you can play with lowering the heels down towards the mat. They can absolutely stay lifted. Take a moment to walk out your downward dog, bending one knee, coming up onto those toes and dropping the opposite heel, and then the other. Good, take a pause, bring the feet together. And take an inhale, lift the right leg up, both hips level with the floor. Exhale, bend the right knee, tuck it in towards the chest. Pulling forward and stepping the foot through to a lunge. Pull that left hip forward just a bit and take an inhale. Lift up onto your fingers. Or onto your blocks. Take an exhale, step the left foot up to the front, and inhale, halfway lift, hands on the shins or on the tops of the blocks. And take an exhale, hinge forward and fold. With your next inhale, close your eyes and take about 15 seconds to slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. And once you get up to standing, find your Tadasana Pose. Feet hip width apart. Tummy tucked in, palms facing forward, shoulders slightly rolled back. With your next inhale, lift your toes up, press the heels down, and then begin to press each one of your toes down one at a time, spreading them nice and wide. Feeling the big toes and the pinky toes, press down, feeling both sides of your heel. Press down and feel your arches lift up. Beautiful job. Take an inhale. Lift your arms up over your head. Lift your gaze up. And exhale, bring your hands together, fold down through prayer, finding forward fold. Inhaling again to half lift and create some space. Exhale, hands plant down onto the mat. Take an inhale, step back through plank pose. Exhaling down to your belly. Tops of the feet plant down, hands next to the ribs. Inhale, lift up, Cobra. And exhale all the way back down to your mat. Toes tuck underneath. Inhale, coming up through tabletop or plank. And exhale, coming back to downward facing dog. Taking 2 more breaths here. And taking an inhale, bringing the feet together, lifting up the left leg. And exhale, begin to bend the knee, pulling the knee in, coming forward, and stepping the foot through to a lunge. Inhaling up, coming up to the tips of the fingers. And exhale, right foot steps up to the front. Inhale, halfway lifting up. And exhale, fold. And inhaling all the way up to standing. This time we'll sweep the arms up over the head and lift the gaze. And exhale, draw your hands all the way down to heart center. Nice job. Plant your right foot down. And with your exhale, you can take the left foot into the right ankle, opening that left knee off to the side for a baby tree pose. If you feel over here, maybe you slide that foot up to the calf or bring it up to the right thigh, avoiding the knee area. Very good. Take an exhale. Bring your left knee in front and step it back down. Left foot plants down. Inhale. Right foot to the inside of the left leg. Starting small with the ankle, working our way up. Working with a drishti, a focal point. I like to keep mine down on the ground to start, and then maybe I shift it up the wall or up to the ceiling. But do whatever works for you. Good. With your exhale, step the foot back down. And take an inhale, sweep your arms all the way up over the head. Tuck in your belly, lift up your heart. Exhale, chest forward, bring the hands all the way down to the heart. Keep your right foot planted in front, and with your next exhale, step your left foot back, bending right knee over the right ankle. Coming to warrior one, the left toes are going to face the left-hand corner of the mat. Both hips are going to square forward. Inhale, lift your arms up, relax your shoulders. Very nice. Take your arms in front. Cross the left elbow on top of the right. Maybe flip your palms together and lift your fingertips up. Breathing to your back body. Warrior one with Garudasana arms. Nice job. Release your arms and lift them back up with your inhale. Prepare to step up to the front with your next inhale. Breathe in, step up, bend both knees, send the hips back, finding Utkatasana. Nice, come all the way up to standing, breathe in, heart lifts. And exhale, chest forward, hands down to the heart. Left foot plants down. Taking an exhale to step it back. Virabhadrasana 1 on the left side. You can absolutely shorten your stance here. If you feel like that left knee is feeling any stress, feel free to scoot that right foot up. Take an exhale, bring the arms in front. This time right elbow comes on top. Inhale, lift up your hands. Very nice. Take an inhale, release your arms, lift them up. Press step up to the front. And inhale, step up, exhale. Sink the hips down, lift the arms, finding chair pose. Feel free to stay up a little bit higher in your chair with a slight bend in your knee, or you can even take an exhale and sink down lower. Take a big breath in right here. Take a big breath out, fold down through prayer, finding forward fold. Shaking out the head. Moving it from left to right and up and down. Taking an inhale, creating some space, halfway lifting up. Taking an exhale, sliding the feet back, bending the knees, hands come down. Take an inhale for plank pose. Very good. With your exhale, bring your right knee down to the middle of the mat. Spin the right shin parallel to the front of the mat. And with your next inhale, begin to shift over to the right hand. Bring that left foot down. So the knife edge of the left foot is parallel to the back of the mat. Inhale, lift your left arm up for supported side plank. Take one more inhale and exhale here. And then lower your left hand back down. Spin the left toes forward. Spin the right shin back. Coming back to plank pose. Exhaling, taking the left knee forward. Spinning the shin. Planting the right foot down. And inhaling. Lifting the right arm up. You can keep your gaze high or keep it low, just depending on where your neck is at today. Take an exhale, bring your right hand down. Spin your right toes forward, spin your left shin back. Inhale, plank. Exhale down to your belly. Nice job. Prepare for Cobra. Inhale. Lifting up, Bhujangasana. pulling the heart forward. Good. Tuck your toes underneath. Begin to use your core, lift up your knees. Exhale, press your hips back to downward facing dog. Very good. With your next inhale, come up onto your toes, bend your knees. You can take small steps all the way up to the front of the mat. We're going to halfway lift up with the inhale when we get here, and exhale, fold. Then inhale, halfway lifting up. We're going to move the feet over towards the long edges of the mat. Turn the toes out at an angle and take an exhale. Begin to bend your knees, sink your hips down, form Sukhasana. You can absolutely take a block and bring them underneath your hips for some support. We'll bring the hands to prayer and take an inhale, lift the spine up. Beautiful job. If you would like a lateral stretch here in the Sukhasana, will be a little bit more of a challenge. You can take your right hand down to the right, plant it down and inhale, left arm up and over. You're going to feel that more in your right hip. Let's exhale, bring it back, coming back to prayer. Expanding that left hand down and inhaling, lifting the right arm up and over. Exhaling back down, finding your Sukhasana. You can plant your hands down, spin your toes forward, lift your hips up. And then inhale to halfway lift up your spine. And with your exhale, bend your knees, sink your hips down, raise your arms up, finding chair pose. Very nice. Inhale. Come all the way up to standing. Reach your fingertips up. And exhale, draw your hands down to your heart. Take an inhale. Step back with your right foot, bringing both toes to face the long edge of the mat. Breathing here in your wide-legged stance. And with your exhale, point your right toes towards the back of the mat. Bend your right knee. So maybe you scoot that left foot back if you want to deepen your lunge here. Bring your arms out, expanding them into a T, finding Virabhadrasana 2. Bring your gaze over your right hand. One more breath here. Inhaling, straightening out the right leg. Exhale, hips hinge towards the back of the room. Reaching forward with that right hand. Finding Trikonasana on the right side. You can play with bringing the right hand down toward the leg and lifting the left arm up. You can also use a block underneath your hand or take your hand all the way down to the mat. Whatever works for you here. Take an exhale, bring your left hand down, bend your right knee, Bring both hands to frame your right foot. Spin your left toes forward. So you're in a lunge facing the back of the mat. Take an exhale, bring your left knee down. Untuck your toes. And with your next inhale, lift your arms up, finding Anjaneyasana. Squaring both hips forward, tucking in your belly, lifting your heart. Squeezing your legs together. Nice, take your hands all the way down to your heart. Take an inhale here. And with your exhale, twist over to the right. Maybe you hook that left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Twisted Anjane. And inhale, come forward, lift your arms up. Exhale, hands come down to frame the right foot. Prepare to move the seated half splits. You can bring your hands underneath blocks here, or you can keep them on the mat. Begin to shift your hands back, like you're scooting them back towards your back leg. And as you do so, you can begin to straighten out your right leg. Maybe you come here and this is plenty. If you like, you can continue to work your hips back to that left heel, scooting towards the opposite end of the mat. Right toes pointed up. Inhale, lift up your arms. And take an exhale. You can hinge forward, maybe grab that right foot and fold. One last breath here. And inhale, lift your head up, plant your hands down. Begin to walk your hands forward while re-bending your right knee. Hands framing the right foot. Back toes tuck, inhale, lift the back knee up. And then inhale, lift all the way up to high lunge. Pulling that left hip forward, pulling in Uddiyana Bandha. Reaching up with the hands. Back heel is lifted if that feels okay. If not, feel free to plant the heel down for warrior one. And exhale, pivoting to warrior two. Once again, right leg leading. And inhale, right leg straightens out. You can drop the hands, pivot both sets of toes towards the long edge of the mat. Take an inhale, lift your arms up. Take an exhale, fold all the way down through center. Finding wide-legged forward fold. You can absolutely bend your knees here, or take your hands to blocks. Inhale, lifting all the way back up, sweeping the arms up. And exhaling, hands down to the heart. Taking an inhale and an exhale to remember what our intention was for practice. And then opening the eyes, pivoting the left toes towards the front of the mat and bending that left knee. Opening the arms out, Virabhadrasana 2, left leg leading. Nice job, my friends. Take an inhale. Begin to straighten out that left leg and take an exhale, hinge forward. I will demonstrate with a block here. You can take your left hand down to a block and lift your right arm up, or find a variation that works for you. You can also play with different heights of the block. Maybe you bring it down a little bit lower or down to its lowest height. Wherever you're at, take another breath. And then exhale, bring your right hand down, bend your right knee. Bring both hands to frame the right foot. Maybe you take your hands onto blocks. Spin your left toes forward. And exhale, take that left knee down and untuck your toes. Prepare for Anjaneyasana. Legs engage. Inhale, lift up. Very good. Take an exhale, draw your hands all the way down to your chest. Inhale here. And exhale, begin to twist over to the left. Option to hook the right elbow. And exhale to twist. Inhale, untwist, come forward, lift your arms up once more. Then exhale, take your hands down to the mat or to the blocks. And begin to shift your way back, moving your hips back towards the right foot. Left toes are going to peel up as the leg straightens. You can stay here and keep the hands down or sink the hips all the way back. And then take the arms up before exhaling and folding down. Begin to inhale, lift your torso up. If you brought your blocks back with you, they can come forward with you. You need to walk your hands forward as you re-bend that left knee. Placing your blocks maybe on a higher height, framing the left foot. Prepare for high lunge. Tuck the right toes, lift the right knee up. Feel free to rise up, or you can come up a little bit at a time by flipping your blocks up to a higher height. Maybe you feel good here. Maybe you want to hop that right foot up a little bit more to shorten your stance before inhaling and lifting up to high crescent lunge. We'll take 2 more breaths here. And with that exhale, shift into warrior 2. Very nice. Inhale. Drop your arms, straighten out your left leg. Pivot both sets of toes towards the long edge of the mat. Heel toe your feet closer together. Take an inhale, step up to the front of your mat. You can move your blocks out of the way. Take an inhale to lift your arms up, lift your heart. Take an exhale forward and down for forward folds. Inhale, creating some space. And exhale, knees bend, hands plant. Inhale, plank. Lowering down to the belly. Feel free to drop your knees first and take it slowly down. Inhaling up for our last Cobra pose. And tucking the toes, lifting the knees up. Exhaling, pressing back for downward facing dog. With your next exhale, you can lower your knees all the way down to the mat. You can take your knees a little bit wider, bring your toes together, and sink all the way back to Balasana. Walking your hands forward, letting the upper back and the shoulders stretch out. Slowly inhale and gently lift up your head. Slide your hands back. Lift up your hips, bring your legs to the side. And we'll come all the way down to the back. Keep your blocks handy. And take an exhale, lowering down through slow motion. One vertebrae at a time. Completely relaxing down onto the mat. Back of the head comes down. Taking a big breath in. Exhaling through the mouth. Feel yourself settle down. You can scoot your feet in towards your hips. Take an inhale, lift your hips up. Grab onto a block. And slide the block underneath the pelvis. Lowering down for supported bridge pose. If you like, you can take your arms over your head or keep them by your sides. You can also keep your knees bent, or you can play with extending the legs out in front of you, making sure that the lower back doesn't feel compressed here. And feeling that stretch across the top of the hips. Take a last few breaths here, taking long, deep inhales and exhales. And as you take your next exhale, if you've extended your legs, go ahead and bend your knees, plant your feet. We'll take an inhale to lift up the hips. Scoot the block off over to the side, lower your hips down. Begin to move your knees from right to left like windshield wipers. Exhaling them down, inhaling them up through center. And the next time the knees come back up through center, you can pause and slowly begin to pull your knees in towards your chest. If you feel any resistance in your lower back as you slightly lift up the knees, take the feet back down and then move the knees from side to side for a little bit longer before trying again. Moving the knees in towards the chest. Maybe you stay here, maybe you wrap the arms around and pull the knees in a little bit closer. Feel free to rock from left to right or forward and back along the spine. Pausing the next time you rock back through center. Releasing your knees, extending your legs out straight. Taking the arms over your head, pointing the toes while reaching with your fingertips towards the back of the room. Take a deep breath in. Holding at the top of the breath and reaching. Letting out a big sigh as you relax the arms down. Bring them down by your sides. Letting your feet flop open. And allowing your eyes to close for our final resting pose, Sukhasana. You can stay down on your back. If you would like Reiki during your Shavasana today, you can set the intention to receive distance Reiki energy healing. Begin to feel your whole body relax and settle down. Notice each breath in and each breath out. Take a long and slow inhale. Take a deep and full exhale. Inhale another slow breath in, inviting in love into your body. Taking an exhale, letting it go. Inhaling another long breath in. Breathing in peace and balance. Exhale, releasing it. Finding some small movements now by moving your fingers and moving your toes. Making your way to rest on your right side. When you're ready to come up to a comfortable seat, press up with your left hand and find Sukhasana, easy cross-legged pose. Pause here. Inhale, lengthen up through your spine, drop your shoulders. And take another breath in, lift your arms all the way up over your head. Drawing a big circle with your arms. Bringing your hands to press together and exhaling, drawing your hands all the way down to find a place in front of your heart. Remember the intention that you set for your practice today. Hold that intention in your heart space and send it your gratitude and your love. May you carry this intention with you through the rest of your evening and through the rest of your week, so long as it continues to serve you. I thank you all so much for joining me and flowing with me this evening. The light in me gives honor to the light in you. Many blessings and namaste. Please let me know if you have enjoyed this class and let me know if you have any requests, and I will see all of you next time.